stagnant water after some time becomes putrid. And whatever your ideas are concerned, if you are not going to put forth your ideas in a proper manner, then what will happen that you will be feeling incomplimentary or unsatisfied inside. And this is the reason that what I consider that that exposure is very significant. And how this exposure is going to come? This exposure is going to come through verbal communication. Now, this was about the verbal communication. Of course, when I talk about the written communication is also a part of a verbal communication. It is, I consider that that it is not so effective as verbal communication, because in a verbal communication we get the prompt result, but in written communication, of course it is more or less of conscious and subconscious, conscious and subconscious fields as well. First of all, when I talk about the written communication, first of all it is about letters. And of course in college what we teach, it is about from SEM 1 to SEM 6, it is about letters. Now these letters, the students are the future employee. And when we talk about the future employee, then that written communication plays a very significant role, because when you go to work in an organization, the first and foremost thing the employer asks that that how much written communication, the power of written communication you have. As I told before that with the coming of technology, that email writing is a very significant part. And the student should have the knack, the student should have the power, the student should have the capability of writing the letter according to the purpose. And the syllabus which incorporates from SEM 1 to SEM 6, it facilitates them to write the letter and to seek the employment in future. It is very important thing is that that the letter has to be written for all the purposes. It is not just confined to your syllabus also, but the student has to go through the other letters also, because it has to be according to the situation. A person has to write a letter, and for this through internet they will be finding numbers of links through which they will be able to search, and they will be able to write the letters. So it is very important thing that a student should not just mug up some of the letters and they should write in examination, but they should have the practice of letter writing through email. This is the requirement of the market or of the job after completing their SEM 6. This is the thing what the student has to realize. It is not a cut and dried thing that preparing few letters, writing in examination, vomiting in examination, and your purpose is solved. It is not that. It is having an exposure of variegated and variety of letters which will give the power of writing. And many of the organizations, as I told before, that in call centers you should have the verbal communication. In many of the organizations, the importance is given on written communication, and this is the art what the student has to master. It is very important thing. Now second, memos. Memos are of course the short form of memorandums. Now memos in an organization, if an employer has to convey some message, okay, and if the employees are not functioning properly, then the memos are given to them, and these memos become deterrent. And it deterrent in a way that that if the employers are not working properly, not functioning properly, they are coming late in their organization, they are misbehaving. Now this type of memo becomes deterrent, and it helps them to function and work properly. Now it can be given from an employer to employee. It can be of course shared with from one colleague to another. There are letter pads in an organization, and these letter pads the employees are using to convey the information, to convey the messages, And of course, as I told before, that that employer is using as a tool, it is using as a weapon to warn or instruct to an employee so that he may be having a proper discipline or functioning in an organization. So this is the importance, or this is the purpose of memos. Then talking about the notices. When we talk about notices, then notices is sharing the information. It is sharing the message. For example, that in my college I have to call, I'm a principal and I want to call all the employees on Sundays for some extracurricular activities. I'm not going to give the message orally to every person. It is through notices, I am to convey the message. And this message has to be simple, in simple language, lucid, and of course, in big fonts, and of course, the signature of every employee has to be taken. So the meaning of message is to convey whatever your information is concerned, whatever the message you want to give. And in an organization, as I told before, that you cannot convey to every person orally. And putting a signature by an employees, it gives that that they have taken cognizance of the notice what has been sent to it. So this is about notice. Now next point is about circulars. Now circular, in a big organization, it is a detailed document. And in big gazetted offices, or in government offices, or in Sachivalaya, what we call universities. Now people at large, in thousands, if you want to give some information, if you want to give some detailed document to the people, then this type of circulars are sent. Circulars are giving the message in an organization or out of organization to convey the people about certain subject matter. For example, presently we are having a semester system. So we received the circular from the university that from 2011 we will be having the semester systems. So circular, of course, the signatures are put by the organization. As we have seen that that in memos, if signature are put or not put, of course, and of course in notices the signatures are put by an employee. But in circular, it's very important thing that that every organization has to convey the message that they have received from top up, and this message has been conveyed to the other employees. So this is a function of circular. And of course, in business, the importance of circular letters is to promote the business. Suppose in Uttarayan or in Diwali or in Holi, if I want to promote my product, I will be giving some 10% to 20% discount, okay, or I will be giving my product on credit for 3 months. Now I want to convey this message to the people, and this message I have to convey through circulars. I have to give the date, that from this date to this date, these things are going to transpire. So in business or in organization, the purpose of circular is to convey the message to large people with the big document, and of course to make the people know about the things which are transpiring in organization or in the business world. Now next are the report. Now again, we are having the report in third year BCom, and report is a detailed document. And this detailed document, the incumbent or the job is ascribed to a committee or to an individual people. Now, of course, the reports are divided into two parts. One is an individual and second is a committee. When the matter is big, of course, more than two people comes into the arena and they are preparing the committee report. When, for example, I want to open a big hotel in Gandhinagar, and my project is of 400 crore, then first of all I want to get the data, I want to get the details, I want to get the various information, I want to get I will be making a statistical comparisons, and then I will be coming to conclusion that that I am going to start or I am going to launch a hotel in Gandhinagar or not. So very important thing is that that what are reports? Reports are the gathering of data, filtering of data, analyzing of data, and of course the recommendations or suggestions which have been given by the individuals or the committee reports. And when the people in higher organization, they are going through this report and they are coming to conclusions that how they are going to implement on these reports. So I think so that that a report is exhaustive, report is detailed, and report takes numbers of days. When it comes to an individual report, in a day or two it can be completed. But when it comes to a big projects, then a committee reports may take a weeks, months, or of course it may take. Now coming to minutes. Now minutes in an organization, of course the secretaries and managers and the employers are meeting. Now in this meeting, of course the written data has to be preserved. This written data has to be retrieved in next meetings. Now this meeting, of course whatever the things are concerned, the minute keeper is there and he is recording all the details. He cuts the details and put into the minute file, or he can be writing about all the details as such. So as far as minutes are concerned, minutes are the record of whatever the things which has been discussed, and this discussions has to be kept as a record. And as far as the minutes are concerned, they are the legal files. And of course in the forthcoming meetings, whatever the things which has been discussed in the former meeting, it facilitates them to take the decision on the base of the former meetings as such. So I think so that that minute is a very important legal documents, and many a times because of the records on the meetings, when the cases are in courts, this recordings of the minutes facilitates them to fight the case or to come to some conclusions as such. So as far as the written communication is concerned, all the 6 points are very significant, and in an organization, a student will be incomplete. He is not able to understand all the 6 points are concerned as such. Now very important thing is that when we talk about communication, of course the listening, as far as listening and readings are concerned, these are the very two important factors which are to be taken into consideration. And when I talk about listening, I think so that that 2 decades before, we did not have the technology to our disposal. And what happened that that student did not have the listening practices, listening habits. Specifically I am talking from the language point of view. Now presently we are having numbers of channels, and these channels the student can listen to these channels, they can improve upon the language. And I think so that when it comes to speaking, when it comes to verbal communication is effective when a student is listening. Verbal communication is incomplete if the student is not having a listening practice. So I think so that oral communication makes a lot of difference when a student is having the habit of listening practice. Now when we talk about the listening activity, then listening activity, 4 steps have to be taken into consideration. First is of course hearing. There is a lot of difference between hearing and listening. We hear a lot, but I think so that that a concentration has to be given for listening. When a person is working in an organization and he is just listening, he is hearing but not listening, what will happen that that he is not able to retrieve the whole data, and probably the results what he want to give, he will not be able to give. So a wide difference is there between hearing and listening. Hearing, I will again demarcate into 2 ways. Hearing is, I will call it as informal, and listening I will be call it as a formal. Listening, I consider it to be a professionalism, and hearing, I will leave it to the society. When we are talking in a family, then this hearing part will take. A true professional is a good listener, And our communication is absolutely based on listening. There is no doubt about it. Then of course interpretation. What interpretation we are going to make? The interpretation what we are going to, if we are listened properly, if we have understood the matter, then only then we will be interpret the things. Many a time we have seen that a person is listening, a person is hearing, but he is not able to concentrate. So what will happen that he will ask the person to make him understand and ask the person to speak for the second or third or fourth time, because he is not able to interpret the data or interpret whatever the other person is saying. So a good listening is very important thing for interpretation of the data. And you will be given the boots in an organization, boots in a sense you will be dismissed from the organization if you are a poor listener. That is a very vital, this is my personal experience, there is no doubt about it. Then evaluation, it is not only about interpretation, but whatever the data is concerned, that data has to be evaluated, understood. And how it has to be evaluated? It has to be evaluated by giving certain results. If you have listened to certain things and interpreted properly, but if you are not able to evaluate effectively, then what will happen? The action or response what you are going to give, my fourth point, the action or response what you are going to give, you will be of course falling like the 9 pins as such. So yours, all this 4 point for listening, it is a very vital thing as such. And nowadays we are having numbers of podcasts for listening, numbers of video channels, numbers of news channels, and of course listening is a very significant part of our life. Okay, thanking you very much for listening. And of course whatever the topic I have talked about, it does not come only from my syllabus, but it comes from my personal experience also. Thank you for cooperating. Thank you very much. બરાબર છે.
Sandhan, All Gujarat Integrated Classroom.
સેટેલાઇટના માધ્યમથી જોડતી કડી એટલે સંધાન.